What's up, everybody? It's HBT Man here this evening, and I'm just gonna go over a few things, guys. I'm gonna go over some things. I'm gonna talk about the WWE deal with Netflix. I know Christopher Burton yesterday, the People's Podcaster, came on and he pretty much talked about that deal with Netflix. So I want to get into it a little bit more. I'm not gonna saturate the whole conversation with that, but I will talk about that, and I'm gonna talk about tonight, man. AEW Dynamite tonight. I'm pretty much going to go over that card tonight and pretty much give you guys my predictions about what's going to happen there, guys. And we will be on here at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, man, we will be here to rock AEW Dynamite with discussions, ratings, guys. You know how we do it, man. Discussions, ratings, what we think, and how, see how things going on. And if you ask me, I'm going to be straight up. So far, man, this year, I think AEW has done a dynamic job. I think they've been, I think they've been pretty good across all platforms. Each and every one of the shows, I think they have started off really good in this at the beginning of this year. I know a lot of people out here who's wrestling fans. A lot of people don't think that Dynamite is doing too good, but I think they're doing very good this year. I'm not gonna say they have the greatest storylines, but as far as their programming and the way everything is structured, to me, everything looks a lot better, guys. So hey, man, I'm happy for AEW right now. Yes, they do still have a lot of eternal problems, but I think they're on the right track. If you ask me, straight up. But let me go ahead and get to a couple comments. I see we got comments and everything. All right, Braden says, "Hey guys, what's up, Braden? My man, Braden in the house." JL says, "Harrison, what's up, JL?" Chris not on with me right now because Chris is he's not even at home. I think he's getting back home, but he'll be on at 8 o'clock tonight, guys. All right, Braden says, "Glad to see you on here early." Yeah, on here early, man, to pretty much knock this out, and then we're gonna come back on at 8 o'clock. I might even come on earlier than that, before 8 o'clock, but I'm gonna come on here right now and talk about a few things. All right, my man JL says Bianca and Montez were on the MMA hour. Okay, discussion. Let's see. Ariel is a phenomenal interviewer. Okay, that sounds good, man. All right, Braden says, "Man, my fever is getting a lot better, yet my voice is so scratchy." All right, hope you, man, yeah. Everybody continue to pray for our man, Braden, and hopefully he gets better so Braden can get back to doing his work, not just the school work, man, but what he does here on the internet. All right, Braden, man, hey, we all praying for you, and we hoping you get better. All right, JL says Netflix is sketchy after that Cuties movie. Yeah, you say you canceled. A lot of people canceled after that Cuties movie, JL, and a lot of other things that Netflix has gotten into. I'm not going to say some of the things they've gotten into, but hey, we know that Netflix they have went to another level, and a lot of people out here don't like it. A lot of people don't like it. Some people, they okay with it or whatever, but the straight up, man, they lost a lot of subscribers, especially here in the United States. They lost a lot of subscribers. So that's one thing that needs to be addressed, and I will be addressing that. All right. And not going to support that rubbish. I hear you, JL. So yeah, that's pretty much, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about that. JL, I'm sorry, there's no defending that movie. No, it's not. Not at all, man. No, it's not. Those little babies in that movie, and being trying to, just basically, hey, you saw the movie, man. I don't even have to talk about it or whatever. But yeah, it wasn't appropriate at all. But yes. Okay, WWE is going to Netflix, and pretty much I said, I just basically said, okay, is it? I'm just saying, basically, is it a good move for Netflix? I mean, good move for WWE, bad move for Netflix, or you could just say, is it a good move for both of them? And is it a good move for both of them? But right now, man, I'm saying it's a very smart move, very strategic from TKO Holdings and the WWE. Very smart move. Good move for WWE. Probably a bad move for Netflix. And this reason I'm gonna say this is because Raw, which a lot of people thinking that they're getting everything WWE. That's not the case. Netflix is not getting everything WWE. They will get Raw. They will get Raw. They're not going to get SmackDown in the United States. They will get SmackDown in I think like 5 other countries right now, and then later on, as those countries, as everything expands, they will be expanding to other countries. So they're not going to get, they're not, only thing that WWE is giving Netflix in 2025, the first year starting off, they will get WWE Raw. And they will, and I guess the second year too. They definitely won't get SmackDown. Now they will broadcast SmackDown in Europe and other places outside of the United States. I guess Canada too, JL. But you know that will be, you know, they will get SmackDown. Netflix will have SmackDown and Raw. But in the United States, SmackDown is signed. They already signed a deal with USA, and that deal is for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. I think it's 5 years. So they definitely won't have SmackDown. They will have Raw. They will not have SmackDown. So what I'm getting to with that is, and plus I think they got another year's deal with Peacock. So Peacock will be getting all the pay-per-views up to that time. So the first year, the way I see it, the way it breaks down is, because at first I thought he was getting $1 billion because they said it was a 10-year deal worth $10 billion. Now I'm hearing it's a 5-year deal worth $5 billion. Now, if it was a 10-year deal, I was like, wow, they're gonna have to sell a lot of merchandise. They're gonna have to sell a lot of advertisement to get that money back from the WWE. And there was no way in the world they're gonna make $1 billion in 1 year, every year for a WWE product. That's just, I just don't believe that's going to happen. I know it's not going to happen because they're not generating that now. And wrestling is not getting more popular. I don't care how much wrestling is out here. And a lot of people out here, oh, wrestling is in a good place and everything. You know, it's not getting more popular, guys. It's not getting more popular. So will this help wrestling? Will it help wrestling? Yes, it will help wrestling because Netflix is so big out there. And it's going to help it's going to put wrestling in. It's going to put it out there in the public eye for a while, man. People going to be like, wow, hey, WWE is on Netflix. Now, let's look at the differences between Netflix and USA. USA Network, they peaked. I think they had like 90. What's up, Z1? Z1's in the house. Good to see you, my man. Look, they had 98 million. They had 98 million subscribers in USA. Not subscribers. USA Network reached 98 million homes by 2018. Now they're down to 72 million homes in the United States. Now Netflix reaches 77 million homes in the United States. So that's 5 million more than USA. And the thing is this, with USA, you got your USA people, everybody who went to USA that likes Raw, they went there and they know that USA outside of between 2001 to 2005, USA have been carrying Raw since what I think 91 or something like that. But they outside of those 4 years, they have always carried Raw. So that they are synonymous with Raw. Now over on WWE, on Netflix, what helps WWE out is people can go over there and say, "Oh my gosh, they got Raw." But you know, now they off network television, and I see some people, and there's some promoters here in South Carolina, and then I see some other people say, "Well, you know, hey, you people, you know, you're not smart or whatever because streaming is actually bigger than TV now. You know, streaming has outdone TV." But the whole thing about it is, I think the cable industry is going to come back up. I really do, because streaming has gotten very, very expensive. Especially, it depends on how much you get, how much streaming that you have is getting very expensive. So I think cable in some kind of way and satellite will be making a comeback up. I don't think it's going to lose as much momentum in the next few years as a lot of people is thinking. So so that right there is going to be, you really have to look at that USA and that Netflix thing. But the bottom line is USA is not done with WWE. For the next 4 to 5 years in the United States, USA Network will have SmackDown. Now, that's one thing that Netflix won't have. Netflix will have it. They'll be able to broadcast it outside the United States, but the bigger dollars are here in the United States. And I guarantee you, WWE will love to have that. No, Netflix will love to have that. WWE has already gotten this money, and it's going to get this money for 5 years unless Netflix tries to get out of the deal. And Netflix did something pretty smart. They they said it could go to a 10-year deal, but they cutting it off at 5 years if it doesn't work. And from my point of view, I don't think they're going to make any profit off of this, guys. I don't think Netflix is going to profit off this deal at all. That's why WWE, they could not get anybody to, Nick Khan was wanting 500. He wanted 500 million. That's what he wanted. I think, or was it 400 million? I think he wanted 400 million, but he ended up getting 500 million from Netflix. Nobody else would move on that deal. They just wouldn't move on that deal. So he ended up getting this thing with Netflix. And Netflix, I could see from their viewpoint why they would do it, even if they would lose money, because they're making their foray into live sports. And this right here, WWE has a huge name, so that name is going to propel them into this live sport and arena. And if I was Netflix, I would go with boxing. I would move into boxing next, try to be the next HBO boxing or something like that, Netflix boxing. I would go into that arena and then, maybe talk to TKO Holdings or whatever, or whoever's going to have the properties of that UFL football thing. Then they can go into that. So it's very interesting, a lot of stuff that's going to happen with this deal, man. But in my opinion, especially the first 2 years, I know the first 2 years, Netflix is going to lose money on this deal. That's all it is to it. If they would have SmackDown Live and they would have NXT Live, they wouldn't. But they're not going to have SmackDown. They already signed that deal with USA. They're not going to have NXT because CW, Warner Brothers, is going to have that. So both of them got their hands in it. But man, WWE, they made a very smart move. Big dollars for WWE. Big dollars. But one other thing that I'm looking at is I'm looking at TKO Holdings in this whole situation, guys. TKO Holdings and what they're doing as far as how they're handling the WWE. And I told everybody from the get-go that they would want to handle that. They are gonna use that as their holding, as their bargaining chip, even more than MMA. That is a big bargaining chip from them, and all they're worried about is corporate money, big time greed. They're worried about bottom dollar. That's what is that going to do to wrestling, man? What is that going to do to wrestling? Because when you start looking at everything for profit, then it's going to hurt the consumer. Because one thing about WWE and what Vince McMahon went and done when he started WWE Network, it won't be no more WWE Network outside the United States. The WWE Network, because we got Peacock here in the United States, but outside the United States, it was the WWE Network. But that is shut down now, guys. It's all Netflix. So you got to get a Netflix subscription. And yeah, a lot of people that was wrestling fans that don't have Netflix subscription or dropped it will come back if they want to watch Monday Night Raw, or they want to watch outside of the country. They want SmackDown, they want NXT, or they want the pay-per-views, the premium shows, because all the premium shows will be on Netflix too coming up here soon. So they definitely will have to sign up for Netflix. So they will get that $14 or $21, how much whatever they're charging outside the United States, they will get that. And they're going to get loads of advertising dollars. But in my opinion, what I'm thinking is that Netflix, out of this deal, the first year, I say Netflix is probably going to make anywhere from $230,000 to $300,000. I mean, $230 million to $300 million. That's what I'm thinking. The next year they probably make $320, maybe $350. They're going to lose money, man. They're going to lose probably $250 million within the first 2 years. Now they are going to have to eat that, in my opinion. The last 3 years of the deal, once everything comes into play. Now, I thought they was going to get SmackDown and NXT, so I was adding all this into my calculations. They're not going to get that, but they're going to have everything else after the first 2 years. I say they'll be making $400 million a year at that time, or a little bit more. Now, TKO Holdings or Netflix, since Netflix have this deal, they can go into something and say, okay, we need to charge something. We need to get into some kind of pay-per-view thing. And charge for some of these big premium events. I wouldn't be shocked. Don't be shocked if that happens, guys, because like I say, it's corporate greed. This TKO is looking to make profit. They're looking to make money. And that's what holding companies do, guys. I know all about holding companies. That's what they do. That's how they work, guys. They're like a bank. They're like a bank. They hold in these companies. They bring them in. Usually they break them up and sell them off to the highest bidder. That's the way they work, guys. So don't be surprised if they go that route to where, we're going to charge, we're going to have the premium event, and we're going to get the advertisement for Netflix from Netflix, but we're going to charge you for these these higher events. I don't know. I don't. That may not happen, but it could happen, guys. When you start looking at that bottom dollar, things like that could happen, and they could break off Netflix, so they can break off even. I don't know, but I tell you what, Netflix could lose money on this whole deal, man. A 5-year deal, and they won't sign. But that was smart for Netflix to say, okay, Netflix looked at the whole thing and said, hey, we can lose money here. Let's cut this thing off. Let's not make it a guaranteed 10-year deal. And that was smart of them. So I'm not the only one who looked at that, and I do. I look at everything strategically. I look at everything from from a business standpoint. I look at everything monetarily, and I guarantee you, Netflix looked at this whole thing. They looked at the bottom line. But guys, let me go ahead and get to everybody's comments, guys. Sorry about that, but yeah, I just want to go ahead and get that off of my, go ahead and get that out here, because I know Chris, he didn't cover all that, everything that I'm talking about, and I didn't expect him to, but yeah, Chris thought they was getting everything right off the bat. But no, they did not get it all, but they did get a lot. I mean, with Raw, and then they got a lot to pretty much go internationally with. So Netflix has they have a big chunk of WWE, but yes, USA not done with WWE. They have SmackDown, and we have the CW will be getting NXT. I don't know how long that's gonna go, because Netflix might say, hey, we want NXT after the 2-year deal that you just signed with Warner Brothers to put them on the CW. We want them, and that'll be a smart move. Now, if they can get SmackDown, and they can pull SmackDown from USA, but I'm sure USA will want some money for that. They're gonna have to pay for that. If they can pull SmackDown in on the USA side, and they can pull the CW, then they're gonna make loads more money, and I believe they'll break even, or they'll make profit straight up. All right, guys, let me get all these comments here. All right, JL, is USA TV just CBC or CTV? CTV, JL. All right, JL says Canada gets the short end of the stick. There's only one channel WWE programming appears on, and it only comes in a package deal worth $20 a month. Wow. Ashton Springer, everything WWE moves to Netflix here in Canada. Yeah, Ashton, what's up, man? My man Ashton in the house. All right, JL, well, this is what happens when you produce a rubbish product since the early to late 2000s, early 2010s up until now. Like, if this was 2004 and before, this would be worth a lot more. That's true. JL, WWE got their bag and ran home. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. That's true, JL. That's exactly what he did, man. Straight up. All right, JL, may I say clean move by WWE? Yes, it was, man. Yes, it was. JL, people will just use links to watch Raw. $12.99 a month for Raw is ridiculous. True. A lot of people will use links. They're going to do a lot of different things, man, to watch it. You better believe that. Ashton Springer, WWE Network was already gone in Canada. Oh, it was already gone? Wow. So, yeah, y'all get a chance to watch it on Netflix if you know, because I know you can get Netflix there. All right, JL, the network still works in Canada unless it stopped working in the past 2 days. It works like a charm. Okay, JL. JL says Stream East saves a lot of money, a lot of people money watching WWE. JL, you and BC Amplify have a similar thought process. Here I am spewing naive takes. I apologize. It's all good, JL. D-Skill H-Town, what's up, my man? My daughter is living up there in Houston now, man. She got married not this past Sunday, but Sunday before, and we moved her out, man. This past weekend, moved her out, and her husband, man, they made the long trek, 14-hour drive up to Houston, U-Haul, and pretty much carrying her car on the back. But D-Skill H-Town, yeah, she's out there. D-Skill says this deal is about the international audience more than anything else. Works out very well for that audience. Yes, it does. D-Skill H-Town, I wonder where PLEs and the library will end up. Wow, man. Wow. I guess Netflix will get it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to stay the properties of the WWE. So I'm pretty sure. I mean, Vince McMahon he's no dummy, man. He's going to make sure he keeps that locked to where that it's a WWE property. But I guarantee you, Netflix will be making money off of that thing, man. So it's going to be very interesting, guys. It's going to be very interesting with this whole deal how it plays out. But in my opinion, Netflix will lose money on this. But they went into this knowing that. I'm thinking Netflix do not want to lose too much money in the deal. So that's the reason why they're cutting this thing off. They're cutting it in half at that 10-year deal. They're going to look at all the numbers. But I'm sure they're hoping to break even. But the only way they can break even, in my opinion, if they get SmackDown to CW, it's going to be very hard for them to break even. It doesn't matter if they get a whole bunch more countries to come along, because the money, the big time money for WWE is here. Now you will get certain rights, and you make certain money there from these other countries, but you're gonna have to pay a lot more licensing fees and a lot more things pretty much from that, because those countries, like I say, for you to broadcast over there, you got to pay certain broadcasting rights and things like that, which Netflix pays. But so we got look at a lot of avenues. They're just not going to make as much money internationally than they make in the United States. Better believe that straight up. All right, Z1 says, I agree, Harry. I don't think it's not worth Netflix to add WWE, but it helps WWE. It helps WWE. Yes, it's Netflix. Man, all Netflix is doing is, hey, this right here gets them set to be in the live sport arena. It definitely is a startup for that. Plus it gets to grab. They do get to grab 4.5 million people in the United States watch. It's 4.5 million views between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT right now. That's pretty much what they're getting. It was over 5 million before. In around 2021, it was like 5.3, 5.4. If they can get that back up, look like they're gaining more fans now. That the NFL season is over. They got a few more views on the product, but so they're around 4.8 million. They can get it up to 5 million. That's good. But right now, Raw is doing like between 1.4 and 1.6 million. Raw continues to go down, so they really have to look at the product. The product in the ring has to stay fresh, has to stay new, has to be very good. Because I tell you what, going to Netflix, you might gain a few more eyes, but Netflix has a lot of things on Netflix. And if you just got Netflix, you might just say, hey, this is not working for me. Even if you're a new watcher, you're a new fan or whatever, you just decided to check it out. It's not working for me. Boom, I'm gonna switch the channel or whatever. Or you can have some of your newer fans that maybe never had Netflix say, man, there's all kind of stuff over here. This right here, this is a garbage episode anyway. Let me switch over. Hey, you never know. And they can find something that they actually want to watch on Monday nights. So the WWE has to watch out for that, but not really. Netflix has to watch out for that. And with this, they do not have to report their ratings for Monday Night Raw either. So big move, man. Big move, smart move for the WWE. Z1, also, how will fans of Netflix feel about live wrestling? Yeah, who knows? You know, and they do have the benefit of the replays. So Netflix is gonna squeeze every little dime they can out of that, but I think they know that they're gonna be losing money on this deal, man. I don't see any avenue to where they're gonna make money, and if they come out and say they can make money on this thing, it's a lie. It's a big lie. They will not make money. That's why Fox would not sign them, giving them that $5 million that they wanted, even for SmackDown. And SmackDown do like anywhere from 600 to 900,000 a week more than Raw. But Fox said no, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. But Raw, USA, they didn't even want Raw no more. They didn't want Raw. They wasn't going to give them the money for Raw. Straight up, USA said we want SmackDown. But USA is hoping that they can get that 2.3 million, 2.1 million, anywhere from 2.1 to 2.4 million. They're hoping they can drag that over to the USA to watch it, but it's not going to happen because SmackDown is on linear TV, guys. It's on free TV, and USA is not on free TV. So they might get close to that 2 million, or they may get 2 million. but there's going to be a few 100,000 that's not going to be watching, because I guarantee you a lot of older people, they still using the antennas and things like that. They don't cut their cords and they haven't really went to the streaming service. They are using antennas. There's a lot of people doing that, and they're watching the program. They're watching SmackDown. So a lot of those fans that used to watch it will not come over to USA. Now, some will go to friends' houses, maybe find different avenues, and they will watch. But man, USA will gain by getting SmackDown, but I don't think it's going to be a huge gain. They will gain more fans than what they had on Raw. Now, is it worth USA's time? That's one thing that you have to really look at. And like I said, you got to look at the trajectory of wrestling, man. Is it going to get more popular? Is it going to get more popular? And every year it's been getting less popular. Is it going to get more popular? And just because The Rock is involved at the head of the table or whatever, he's sitting in the boardroom, and then he's not going to be sitting in the boardroom too much. You better believe that. This man is going to continue to make movies. He's going to continue to capitalize on what he has, why he has his looks and everything, his charisma, and everybody still want to see him. He's not going to be in that ring much. He might come back for 1 or 2 more matches. He's talking about he's going to be involved. When he's talking about he's going to be involved, he's involved on the ownership side or the boardroom. And no, he's not an owner. And he's talking about he's the owner or whatever. But no, TKO put him on the board. And TKO is looking at other different things, not just putting him on the board because he's part of WWE. And, they put him on the board because they want to get ideas for shows and things like that. Because Netflix talking about they're going to run live shows, not live shows, but they're going to script television shows and everything off of wrestling and all that. I don't know if that's a good idea. I really don't think. Well, I'm going to say it's not really a good idea to be doing that. It really isn't. All right. Richie Matthews says, sup, Harry? Yeah, and my man Z1 says Netflix. Let's see. Here we go. Netflix costs $6.99 to $22.99 per month. Yes, it does, depending on your subscription plan. Mine is like 20, 21, or close to that 22. But depending on your subscription plan, it offers 3 plans: standard with ads, standard, and premium. And you know what? And when I did my calculations on how much money they're going to make, I did it all between $14 and $22. Z1. I tell you what, most of these people, these wrestling fans, they're going to go there and get that $6.99 a month if they have to sign up for it. That's exactly what's going to happen. Z1, I guarantee Netflix is going to make you pay the higher plan. Yes, they are. With added revenue, with added content, they definitely going to do that. No ends and buts about it, Z1. No ends and buts about that, man. But yeah, guys. So in my opinion, this is just like, I guess, what Suge Knight said, which didn't work out for him. He said, hey, smart move for Suge Knight, bad move for Dr. Dre. But the same thing, man, with this deal. I think it was a good move, very smart, very strategic, very calculating. Vince McMahon is the one who's pretty much at the head of this thing. Better believe it, guys. He was the one who came out with this and was he's smart, man. He's the brain, man, when it comes to business deals. And they ended up going in there and they shoved it to Netflix. They did. They shoved it to him. But Netflix bent over and took it. All right, my man Z1 is cracking up. But yeah, they took it, man. And like I said, this right here puts them live, man. This put them live for sports, and it's just going to lead to bigger things for them. At least that's what they're thinking, that it's going to lead to bigger things for them in the sporting world. And wow, I'm amazed at it, man, to tell you the truth. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to that. Let's go ahead and move on to tonight's Dynamite, guys. Before I get off, I'm going to take a little bit break, get off here in a little while. And guys, we will be right back. You see my face again, guys. We're going to come right back. And we're gonna rock out AEW Dynamite tonight. But guys, I gotta find what I'm looking for. Oh snap! What in the world's going on? Okay, give me just a second. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, AEW Dynamite gonna be rocking tonight, guys. The Straight Up Wrestling show, Straight Up Wrestling family. We're gonna have discussions, ratings. Man, we're gonna be breaking this thing down. We're gonna see how Tony Khan does. And one thing I didn't put into my description box, and I'll talk about that later, man. I will talk about that later. But Tony Khan, all I got to say about Tony Khan is continue to do what you're doing. Continue doing what you're doing. Do not change. Do not change your trajectory. Do not do something stupid. Do not go out here and say, I got to do something big because WWE just made this huge move. I got to do something big. Tony Khan, do not do that. Stay focused. Concentrate. First thing you need to concentrate. Concentrate on the simple things, the basics. Concentrate on getting your product better. That's all you got to do. First thing, storylines. Second thing, ring, how everybody performing in the ring. Get storylines down and make everything make sense. Everything that's going inside that ring, that's the only thing you need to concentrate on. And then everything else surrounding that. You know, that you're in a nice venue that is looking good, making sure that it's looking good on TV. Concentrate on the small things before you try to go big. Do not try to follow this. Do not say, I need a streaming service. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to make deals outside the country. No, you don't need to do any of that. You need to concentrate on what you have, and that's your product in the ring. That needs to be your first. That need to be your first focus, and you need to stay there. You need to stay there because if you do something stupid, man, it's gonna crush you. It's gonna crush you. All right, Jacob Sammy, because I guarantee you he won't get nowhere near that type of deal that the WWE has. All right, Jacob Sammy, what's up, Harry? I wonder if this gonna change Mercedes' mind. Rock. Let's see. Rock is the owner now. Rock is not the owner of WWE. So they just putting that out there. They saying he's part of ownership. He's pretty much part of management. But yeah, Mercedes. I don't think Mercedes is going over there to AEW. She likes the spotlight too much. It's too much attention on WWE right now. So I believe she'll be back. I definitely believe she'll be back. If not right now, she's going to go over to AEW. She's going to sign a year's deal or maybe 6 months and opt out. She's going to sign an opt-out deal, guys. I guarantee you. She will opt out if she goes over there and things don't look good for them. And that if that company don't continue to come up, she's going to opt out of that deal. No ends, ands, buts about it. All right. Jacob Sammy, Harry, let's continue this until 8 o'clock. No, man. If I do, I'm going to have to go off and then come back over to the other one because this is not on the same channel. Let's continue this to 8 o'clock. I got nothing to do, laugh out loud. I hear you, Jacob. Jacob Sammy, AEW going to be sport oriented. Yes, that's what I understand. I hear they're not worried about storylines when they got all legends backstage to help. Man, it's just flat crazy, Jacob Sammy. It's flat crazy that they're saying that. If they do, then I mean he might as well just go ahead and shut. He might as well go ahead and shut down. Might as well go ahead and close the doors, guys, to everything AEW. Because if he don't have storylines, he's not going to be nothing. It's not going to be nothing. And people are not going to want to watch it anymore. He's going to lose all his fans. He's already lost a lot of fans. He's going to lose all his fans that's loyal over there to that brand. All right, Z1. Tony going to announce Sting in a loser league town match. I hear you, Z1, man. I hear you. That is flat out crazy. All right, guys, man. Let's hope they have a great night tonight. Look, I'm gonna tell you flat out. I don't like the lineup. I don't like this card at all. But hopefully everything's gonna come out well. First, man, I don't think this thing is in order, but we have Wardlow versus Trent Beretta. I got Wardlow winning this match, even though I would like to see Trent Beretta win the match because Trent Beretta is a guy who's super talented, and he's somebody that I think who can ascend to the top of the wrestling business, and he's somebody that I think people will come out and see because he's ultra talented, guys. This guy could do it. He could do it so many different ways in the ring. He's actually a great wrestler. So I would love to see him win. But Wardlow, hey, they still got big hopes for Wardlow. I just don't know. My whole thing with Wardlow, he's just gonna pick people up and he's gonna powerbomb them. He can wrestle a little bit, but they don't let him do that. They want him to be a Goldberg or a Hulk Hogan. And those guys wrestle better than Wardlow, in my opinion. So we'll see how that happens, how everything breaks out with this. But I got Wardlow over Trent Beretta, guys. AEW World Trios Championship match: The Acclaimed versus the Daddy Ass, and the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus Mogul Embassy. This is gonna be very interesting. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass have the AEW World Trios Championship titles. I'm going to have to go ahead and roll with the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass to win this match over Mogul Embassy, guys. So but I think it should be a pretty good match. Mogul NBC is gonna, they're gonna go in there and they're gonna put in work. Gonna be a lot of violence coming from those guys. But I think the claim that Daddy Ass is gonna outsmart them, and they will win that match. All right, man. And then it says we'll hear from Sting and Darby Allin live in Savannah, Georgia. Okay, so we'll hear from them. And man, what a mistake from Tony Khan. Hey, and yes, do I think he was smart enough to do it? No, not really. But Sting, all this time he had Sting, he definitely could have had Sting on a better run the whole time, man. Within these last 2 to 3 years that he had him, Sting could have been something. He could have been something special. He could have ended out his career being something very special. He didn't have to be, jumping off the top ropes, jumping off jumping off a balcony or whatever, backwards, trying to do all this stuff that these young guys are doing. Sting could have just wrestled in the ring, man, and the guy could have been one of your top champions. He could have either had that TNT belt, TNA belt, TBS championship title, have the title that Orange Cassidy been running around with, or maybe he could have had a little run with your world championship title. Who knows? But Sting should have been treated a lot different. And man, he has enough left, and he looks good, still look good in the ring, where he definitely could have used the most popular guy that he's had, the most popular guy over there in AEW. He definitely should have used him. And when I'm talking about the most popular guy, I'm talking about Sting is the most popular wrestler who's walked through the doors of anything AEW, even CM Punk. There's people that know CM Punk, but Sting has a name outside of the walls of wrestling. Sting is a huge name. Sting should have been their champion, guys, or he should have been a champion, not necessarily the champion and hold it for a long time, but he should have had one of those championship belts and went on a run similar to Gunther, guys, straight up. All right, Timeless Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo face-to-face interview is next, and I know that right there is going to make Chris want to throw up. All right, man, then we have Penta versus Hangman Adam Page. This should be a good match, but I know Penta is going to be flying around the ring, man, doing a whole bunch of things that a lot of people are pretty much basically, I think people are actually getting tired of it. Then we have another good match, man. We got Jeff Hardy versus Swerve Strickland. I'm gonna go with Hangman Adam Page over Penta, guys. That's my pick for that one. Jeff Hardy versus Swerve Strickland. I say Swerve Strickland is gonna win this match because Swerve is on the upward trajectory. So I look for Swerve to take out Jeff Hardy, but Jeff need to have a great showing, guys. A great showing. This need to be a tremendous match, and Jeff is definitely capable of beating Swerve Strickland. I know a lot of people will have a problem with that if he beats Swerve Strickland, but I would not. Next, man, we have Minoru Suzuki versus Rated R superstar Adam Copeland. And look, wow, I don't really care to see this match. Chris loves Minoru Suzuki. I think he's okay. But, man, look, all I think is going to be is an old man slap fest, straight up. It's going to make Adam Copeland look even worse. But, man, hey, that is the card tonight. But let me go ahead and get into some more of these comments here, guys. But, yeah, that should be a good match. I have Adam Copeland winning that match against Minoru Suzuki. All right, guys. Jacob Sammy. All right. Let me get past that one. All right, let me get past that one. Z1, Tony going to announce Sting in a loser league time match. One more time on that one. Jacob Sammy, that's going to make wrestlers want to go to New Japan. Probably so. Jacob Sammy will leave. Yep. Jacob Sammy says maybe Embassy wins. That could happen, Jacob Sammy. That could happen. I hope not, because you need to have some consistency. That's one of the problems that AEW have. They don't build consistency a lot of times with their titles. And one thing that's hurting AEW, Tony Khan needs to get out of, and that's all these trios matches, these triple threat matches, or just having tag teams, all of them 6-man, 8-man tag team matches. Man, get back to regular tag teams. Get back. Concentrate on that. Go back to the basics. Straight up. Jacob Sammy, this card looks okay. Exactly. It's okay, Jacob. Nothing special. But hopefully we get a special night tonight. Man, that's what we're looking forward to. All right, Richie Matthews, Swerve gonna win. But this is used to turn Jeff Hardy heel. It could be, man. It could be. AJ Skills, hey Harry. To Tony Tony Strim. What? I know you're saying Tony Khan, AJ, but I'm not exactly getting what you're saying right there, man. But let me look at it again. Let's see. Wow, what in the world? Harry, Tony Storm have a match tonight on AEW. Dynamite. AJ Skill says, yes, I thought I said that one. Oh, Tony Storm. Yeah, I did the face off. So who's she wrestling? AJ Skills. Whoever she's wrestling, I'm saying she's gonna win. I'll go ahead and say that now. Tony Storm will win that match. I don't think this is all their matches, but that's the lineup that I've seen online so far. But hey, guys, I think we're gonna have a great night of wrestling. If not, man, I just don't know what to say. But before you guys leave here, man, hit that like, share, join. Definitely hit that like, share, join, whatever, man. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, man, I mean, Twitch, you do the same thing you do on YouTube. You over there on X, formerly known as Twitter, man. Hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet, and follow the Straight Up Wrestling Show, guys. You know how we do, man. And like I said, tonight, Chris and I, in just a little bit, we'll be back here for AEW Dynamite, man. We'll be rocking this thing out. Richie Matthews says, maybe Queen, okay, Richie, man, I'm sorry, man. You got Queen Amita, but I know what you're trying to say. It's hard to spell that name. Queen Aminata. Oh gosh, yeah, man. I love Queen Aminata, Richie, and man, I just feel that she's getting the red velvet treatment, man. It's sad. It's sad, and I love red velvet too. She got too much talent to continue to lose like this over and over and over again. But yeah, Queen Aminata, man, she's special. She's special. She can wrestle. She's a very good wrestler. And when you're a great wrestler like that, I think you should ascend. You should be ascending week in and week out. You should be ascending to the top. But man, Tony Khan, it just seemed like he has no clue how that should be done. All right, Richie Matthews says, yeah, I like both. Yeah, me too, Richie. Straight up. But man, yeah, I look forward to a great night. It's 7:07, guys. We will be back here at 8 o'clock tonight. I do want to stay on here with you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and grab something to eat real quick. And then tonight, man, at 8 o'clock, me and Christopher Burton to be back to rock this thing out with you guys. And plus, I don't even have this set up with the AEW Dynamite, the hook. But guys, hey, appreciate you guys, man. And make sure each and every one of you guys, man, I'm looking for each and every one of you guys to be back on. Richie Matthews, AJ Scales, my man Jacob Sammy coming in, my man Z1 D Skill H-Town coming in, rocking with us tonight. All right, guys, JL, appreciate each and every one of you guys. Ashton Springer, JL and Ashton from Canada, appreciate them coming in here, rocking with us, guys. Let's see, we got Brandon, my man Braden came in, rocking tonight, man. My man AJ Skills, all you guys came in and rocking with me this evening, man. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. But check us out here in less than an hour, man. In less than an hour for AEW Dynamite. We'll see you guys later. Stay straight up. Peace.